Marisha and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm doing something a little bit different today and having you guys sit down with me to plan an exciting trip down to SoCal. And I'm really excited to plan this one out with all of you because I haven't seen my friends in 3 years. I know, long overdue. I'm excited because I get to see them through this trip. So I know it's gonna be a great reunion for all of us. And I also thought it would be a great opportunity to give you guys some insight into how I plan the entirety of this trip out. Before we get into it, I did want to give a high-level overview of what we're gonna cover. I'm gonna show you how I book my flights, plan lodging and transportation accommodations, create a loose itinerary, as well as going over some budgeting. And last but not least, my favorite part, how to pack your travel backpack and carry on as efficiently as possible. My main goal is to provide you guys with some tips in regards to traveling in case you're planning to travel sometime in the near future. I am by no means a travel expert, but I did want to share what works for me with all of you in hopes that it may work for you as well. So let's get started by booking that flight. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and book this flight on the Chase mobile banking app on my iPad. I have the Chase Freedom credit card, which serves as my travel credit card right now. I do get points on all the travel that I book through the Chase app. I highly recommend that you use a travel credit card to build your credit, and also you earn points on everyday expenses that can then turn into redeemable cash be put towards your monthly statement. In my case, I'm going to use my points that I've accumulated towards purchasing this flight. And just to give you more details on the benefits of this credit card, you do get 5% cash back on all travel booked through the Chase app, and 3% back on dining at restaurants or on food mobile delivery apps, and 3% on drugstore purchases, and 1.5% back on everything else. We're gonna go ahead and dive right into it and go to the travel icon. You're gonna go ahead and see the ultimate rewards available points at the top. Since I did already book my flight, you're gonna see that I already used all my points and I have 0 points at the top. I'm gonna go ahead and fly out from San Francisco to Santa Ana. I'm not gonna give you guys the exact dates I'm gonna be flying, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you the exact duration that I will be on this trip for. I will be leaving on a Wednesday, so let's go ahead and go into May to give you some dates. So May 11th on a Wednesday, and then flying back on Monday, the 16th of May. So now we're gonna be brought to the next page, which gives you outbound flight options. And because I am flying out on a Wednesday, I do have work and I wanna fly at night. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose 6:46 p.m. to 8:16 p.m. I always recommend that you use the drop-down menu for what is included. And because I do have a carry-on, I wanna make sure that fare includes carry-on, seat selection, and the ability to rebook the flight. Basic economy does not include that, so we're gonna go ahead and choose economy for $188. Usually on the side where it says economy and the full price of $188, it will show how many points I can put towards this flight, and then the amount remaining that I need to pay. Since I have 0 points, it's gonna show you the full price of $188. So we're gonna select this option. And then you get your return flight options. And because I do want to fly at night as well, since I'm flying out on a Monday, I will go ahead and choose the 9:25 p.m. to 10:50 p.m. and then double check what's included. And the saver option has carry-on seat selection available. So we're going to go ahead and choose this flight. Perfect, so you're gonna be brought to a trip details landing page, which shows a summary of your flight details, which gives you the time you're flying, what airlines you're gonna be using, and how much this entire fare costs. There is a box below that asks you how many points you would like to redeem from your ultimate rewards. I like that you have the option to choose how little points you wanna use towards this flight. I do owe the $187.20, and then at the bottom, it's gonna ask you if you wanna add a car rental to your trip. But in this case, I do not need one, thankfully, so I'm gonna go ahead and begin to check out. Next page is the traveler information details, and I'm just confirming I am who I say that I am. And the next 2 pages are gonna be payment and confirmation. Pretty self-explanatory, and you're pretty much set. You've booked your flight. I think my other only recommendation is if you don't have a travel credit card, you can definitely book on a direct airlines. Let's just say, for example, American Airlines, you book on their website. You can go ahead and add your email, have an area to click a box that says, keep me in the loop for promotions, or add this to my trip points and rewards, and you can earn points on all of your trips and then use that for another trip down in the future. But you don't always have to have a travel credit card to have benefits, but that's just the way that I booked my flight, and now we're good and ready to go. In the case of my lodging and transportation accommodations, I am fortunate that I don't have to plan any of that for this trip because I am staying with friends and I am going to be riding with them in their cars. My only suggestion is that if you're booking lodging, I usually book on Airbnb. I know everyone probably already does that. I book about a month in advance just so that I know that I have a place set in stone to stay at. For transportation accommodations, I usually go through Uber or Lyft. That is an option, but because I am by the coast, by the beaches and everything, I do want to look into getting a scooter or a bike and having a nice little ride along the beach. Or if you want to plan even more, get a location that is nearby everything, like food, attractions, essentials like grocery stores. That is also another option, just in case you wanted to save money there. Hopefully those work for you guys. In the case of creating a loose itinerary, I did create a short list of some places I did want to check out while I'm down there because I've never been in Laguna before. Places such as Montage, Ritz Carlton, Lido, San Clemente, drive along PCH, hit some of those beaches along that highway. We also have Disneyland on the itinerary because we're gonna have a day trip, so that is very exciting. I have not been there in 5 years. I know that there are a lot of changes, especially because of Star Wars. So that's gonna be really fun. And I also get to go with my friend who is a Disney park pass holder. So they know the ins and outs of the park and how to go through the day really quickly and smoothly. And that also translates into having a very high level budget for this trip. I know I want to put some money aside for helping out with any gas expenses that we have because I definitely want to help out there. I also am budgeting for that ticket for the Disneyland park, as well as some food and any gifts that I buy down in SoCal. I'm gonna keep tabs on everything. I'm not really restricted, but I definitely wanted to keep those on my radar. All right, let's go ahead and dive into packing for this trip. Here we have our compact, water-resistant travel bag that conveniently stores everything that I need in terms of toiletries. I make sure to have liquids in bottles that are 3.4 fluid ounces or smaller, which is TSA approved. And I also compartmentalize to optimize space and ensure everything fits accordingly so there isn't potential for any leaks or damage to my items stored here. Now for packing your carry-on, I would suggest wearing your heavier clothing and shoes to the airport. For example, I'm going to be wearing my corduroy jacket with jeans and my cream boots to and from Santa Ana Airport. And this just makes for everything else to fit more comfortably in my carry-on. And in terms of folding my clothes, I fold them vertically if possible, just so that you can directly see what you have to wear for the week, and it will also allow for you to optimize your packing cube space. I know you all may be wondering, how do I pack for my trip back home? Well, my tip is to bring extra plastic bags for dirty laundry, let dirty clothes air out on the trip, and then put a plastic bag down in the packing cube. Refold the dirty clothes in vertically to fit the same way they were originally packed. Tie the bag when you're ready to leave, and everything should fit well for your trip back home. I also make sure to pack a pair of every shoe that I need, sneakers, sandals, and some heels. Just a disclaimer, I actually wash all of the clothes that I have with me, even if I haven't worn them yet, just because I want to stay clean, you know? Let's move on to packing our travel backpack with the essentials: laptop, hand sanitizer, wallet, keys, emergency kit, charger, you name it. I like having what I need on hand to be in my travel backpack in the case of an emergency. Also, there are times when your carry-on is checked in due to limited space in the overhead bins of the plane, and delivery can be delayed. So I find comfort knowing that I have all of the essentials with me in this backpack. For my charging cables and adapters, I use this travel organizer. No one ever really wants to deal with tangled cords, so this helps with just that. I also have links in the description below for the toiletries bag, packing cubes, and cable organizer if you're interested in buying these for your next trip. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some tips I have in regards to traveling efficiently. I like to get to the airport about an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, just because the one thing you can control is getting there early or on time. You do not want to get backed up by traffic or stalled in TSA. So getting there early is basically getting there on time in terms of being at the airport. Another thing is when you're going through TSA, I like to pack very efficiently, and I like to have a travel backpack and a carry-on. And I know that when you go through security, you're gonna have to take off a lot of your belongings. So the less you have in hand, the better, just so that you don't end up losing anything. And if you have any electronic devices like your laptops and your laptop chargers, make sure that they're easy to take out and put back into your backpack. Those are the things you have to definitely put in a separate bin to go through security. I like to have my wallet in hand ready to go, shoes that are easy to remove so that I can take them off and put them back on, and I don't take too much time in the security line. In your travel backpack should be things that you need on hand, like your wallet, snacks, laptop, also an emergency kit. Essentially, just pack efficiently so that you move through security very quickly. When you are packing, I do highly recommend that you take pictures of outfits that you potentially want to wear. I don't like to overpack. I want to have articles of clothing in my luggage that I know that are gonna make an outfit I will wear on the trip. Knowing that I have an outfit ready in my luggage gives me peace of mind that I didn't overpack, and I also have something ready to wear for the week. Well, that is all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for sitting down with me to plan this trip down to SoCal. I'm really excited for you guys to see the video of what I do down in Laguna. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you're going on a trip sometime in the near future. I'm really interested to see where everyone is planning to travel this spring, summer, or whenever you guys decide to go. But first and foremost, please have safe and healthy travels and a great time, and I will see you all in the next video.